Hey, this is Max from UNFTR for the Midas Touch Network, and boy, oh boy, do we have a lot to go over. Despite the brief government shutdown this week, there was a trickle of government economic data to put on top of the private releases that came out. None of it was good as far as the labor market is concerned, which is our focus for today. But there were some other developments in the capital markets and fireworks on Capitol Hill. So all that and more on this week's Macro Take, only for the Midas Touch. Somebody call a doctor because there's blood all over Capitol Hill. That's right, your and my favorite Treasury Secretary spent the week getting alternately bodied and boosted by Democrats and Republicans respectively, first in the House and then in the Senate. So you might think that this is my focus today, but honestly, these committee hearings have become parodies of themselves, with members showing up to get their viral clips in before they jump to another meeting. It's just a fiasco. So here's the one clip that sums up Scott Bessent's time reporting on the affairs of the Treasury.
So I'm not going to ask you any questions because I think it would be useless. But I'm just going to say, Mr. Chairman, we've had some very good hearings recently. This was not one of them. This is not your finest day, and it's too bad because I think you're a very competent person. I disagree with some of your policies, but you're a very competent person. The president has put in some people in very important places that are sort of caricatures of incompetence. That's not you. Today was not your finest day. And with that, I yield back.
This whole thing is just tawdry because at this point, the administration is just steamrolling over the American people and only responding to the markets. So let's address what was going on in the real world outside of this kabuki theater. Labor is our top story today, but there was movement in the stock market with the earnings season upon us for the big tech companies, and it provides a salient backdrop to what we're going to talk about when it comes to jobs.
Anthropic, it accelerated the sell-off in software stocks after it rolled out that new AI automation tool. I mean, the numbers are gargantuan. I think it's something like $2 trillion been wiped off that Goldman Sachs software index more broadly since its highs.
So yeah, there was a massive sell-off of software stocks for a couple of reasons that might seem incongruous, but it makes sense if you zoom out a bit. So the big SaaS companies, or software as a service, got absolutely hammered for two reasons. The first was the release of Anthropic models in the legal and the financial sectors that sent shockwaves through the market because the models are finally beginning to demonstrate some level of capability in sector-specific disciplines that many interpret as the beginning of the end of the entry-level job. So with just a few prompts, Anthropic's models appear to be able to complete complex clerical tasks with a lot, far greater ease than some of the prior releases. So think about college-age entry-level roles that might be potentially disrupted. And this had the unintended consequence of hammering the software stocks because these coding models also